officials from the office of Abia State's governor, Otti, were attacked by unidentified gunmen on Tuesday in Owerri, the capital of Imo State. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are our top 10 stories countdown today. At number 10, police arrested 3 people Tuesday following raids on EU offices and a prestigious graduate school in a probe into suspected fraud linked to the training of future diplomats, prosecutors said. The European Public Prosecutor's Office said searches were carried out at the College of Europe in the Belgian city of Bruges and the Brussels premises of the European External Action Service, the EU's diplomatic wing. Carried out by Belgian Federal Police at the EPPO's request, the researchers targeted several buildings of the College of Europe and the EEAS, as well as the house of suspects, prosecutors said. At number 9, with less than 20 days to go before the CAF African Cup of Nations 2025 kicks off in Morocco, attention is turning to the world-class stadium set to host the tournament. Countries are already naming their squads for the competition, which will take place from 21st December 2025 to 18th January 2026. Spread across 5 Moroccan cities, each venue combines modern architecture, history, and local identity to provide fans with a spectacular experience. At number 8, Adebayo Adedamola on Tuesday emerged as the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party for the AFCON 2026 election. Adedamola polled 919 votes out of 957 cast in the primary held in Osogbo, the state's capital. The chairman of the primary, Humphrey Abba, announced the results, stating, "Void votes 20. We told you earlier that one of the aspirants withdrew." At number 7, chairman of the United Bank for Africa, Tony Elumelu, has cancelled his annual tour all-white party in honor of the 6 staff members who died in the September fire at Afriland Towers, Lagos. The fire, which broke out in the high-rise building on Broad Street, claimed the lives of workers and left the business community shaken. In a message shared via his Instagram story on Tuesday, Elumelu said he and his wife Awele made the difficult decision to suspend this year's edition of the much-anticipated December 23rd celebration. At number 6, the Delta State Police Command has confirmed the death of a suspected kidnapper as he and his gang members engaged police operatives in a gun duel in Obiaruku area of the state. The command also confirmed the arrest of some suspected armed robbers and cultists, as well as the recovery of some arms and ammunition. Spokesman for the command, SP Bright Edafe, said in a statement on Tuesday that on December 1st, 2025, operatives of the command state anti-cult unit, in collaboration with community volunteers, were on intensive patrol when they received credible intelligence that suspected kidnappers were mobilizing within the Obiaruku forest to carry out a deadly attack. At number 5, activities at the Federal Ministry of Finance headquarters were brought to a standstill today as members of the Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria blocked the main entrance, protesting the government's prolonged non-payment for completed projects. The large-scale demonstration severely affected movement around the ministry, restricting vehicular traffic to a single lane. The association is demanding the immediate settlement of debt, which they claim stand at over 500 billion naira, owed to indigenous contractors across the country. At number 4, a federal high court in Abuja has barred politician and online publisher Omoyele Sowore from further making statements that are detrimental to the peace and security of the country. Justice Mohammed Umar, in a ruling on Tuesday, threatened to revoke the bail granted Sowore should he ever make such statements. Justice Umar held that since there was evidence that Sowore was a presidential candidate in the country before and having also earlier been granted bail by the court, with his international passport still being held by the court, he was entitled to be granted bail on self-recognition. At number 3, the United States House Appropriations Committee will host a joint congressional briefing on Tuesday to examine the alleged persecution of Christians in Nigeria. U.S. Congressman Riley Moore shared a notice on X confirming that House Appropriations Committee Vice Chair and National Security Subcommittee Chair Mario Diaz-Balart will lead the session. He will be joined by colleagues from the Appropriations Committee as well as members of the Foreign Affairs and Financial Services Committees. At number 2, the Northern Governors Forum and Traditional Rulers Council have demanded a 6-month suspension of all mining activities in the region, attributing illegal mining as a major factor responsible for the worsening insecurity in many states. The northern leaders also agreed to set up a regional security trust fund in order to confront the security crisis in the region effectively. Under the arrangement, each state and its local government will contribute 1 billion naira monthly to be deducted at source under an agreed framework. At number 1, 3 officials from the office of Abia State Governor Alex Otti were attacked by unidentified gunmen on Tuesday in Owerri, the capital of Imo State. The incident took place between Umuowa and Ihete Junction, just a few kilometers from Sam Mbakwe Airport. The assailants, believed to be fleeing gunmen, opened fire on the vehicle transporting the governor's aides near the airport corridor. In a statement on Tuesday, Njoku Ukoha, Chief Press Secretary of Governor Otti, clarified that the officials targeted were part of an advance team and not the governor's convoy. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.